Booyah! Booyah! What's happening here? Expand your mind. Rewind the time and find. Yeah, I did a lot of my older drills I've been doing in a while today. Oh, you didn't do that yesterday? Interesting. Give me Joker or give me Death. I wonder if that's more encouraging than like tips, a bunch of little tips, because like you're not a bunch of little tips away from freaking winning a tournament. Most or almost everybody isn't. So when people just keep on piling on tips and like almost nothing changes, like, hey, these tips aren't working. Or if you're like, actually, it's fundamental of your entire play style. Like, oh, it's not all bad. That's why musicians do drills where you're supposed to pull in the Adrian again. Yeah, he didn't do that one. Okay, okay. Don't yell at me. Yell at Fhero. Oops, let me get into the room. Uh, not burn my.
Hey guys, what's up? Kirby Kid here with another episode of Dojo Live. Today we are going to be doing some drills with one of our dojo members named Fhero. Now Fhero, we've been playing Smash since Brawl, training up against those Meta Knights and Ice Climbers, and then playing Smash 4, and now we're playing Ultimate. But going into Ultimate, one thing that Fhero specifically wanted to improve upon was his ability to adapt and think mid-match. So you've seen him play on the stream before. Okay, so Fhero, Marcus, tell Fhero to do the Captain Falcon. If you can add him in the chat.
What do you mean by telling?
I mean, he needs to be Captain Falcon. Yeah, I'll finish talking. So like, Yeah, F-Hero has a style. He played Shulk in Smash 4. His Shulk was very technical, knew a lot about Monado arts canceling and things like that. But one of his greatest weaknesses was being able to adapt and pick the right move at the right time and not just run complicated sets of moves and things like that. So what we're going to do now is the Captain Falcon drill. And we're going to play, what are we going to do? We're going to do some of the drills that we've already showcased on the stream before. It's basically, the base level is Falcon Punch only, and you try to get Falcon Punches on your opponent. Let me see if I can, it's 3 stock? Yeah, it's fine. And then it's like Falcon Punch and jabs, and then it's like 1 aerial in Falcon Punch, and maybe like 1 aerial, 1 ground move in Falcon Punch. The goal always is to get Falcon Punches. And of course, we've done this drill with other people, but it teaches you a lot about playing to. So I gotta explain that to. Can you explain as much to Fhero, Marcus? It's just so hard. Or can you hear us? Can you Fhero, get in the chat so at least we can talk to you. He's already doing the Falcon Punches. Is he cheating? Can he hear? I think he can hear. Okay. Let me put in my headphones if you can hear me, Fhero. Look at him go. Look at this cheater go. Okay, so I think, do you already know the rules, Fhero? Type it in the chat if you already know. And let me just pull up the YouTube. Let me know if you know the rules, Fhero. Do you know the rules? Do you know the rules? Okay. And he's saying, don't know rules. Okay. Falcon Punch only. Falcon Punch only. Falcon Punch only. Try to get as many as you can before time runs out. Let's go. That jerk. You can shield, if you listen, you can shield, you can jump, you can't grab, you can recover normally, so like, yeah, be sure to recover. They should have broken the shield, jeez. Woo! That was close. It seems like Fhero has figured that he can't get the advantage by starting the Falcon Punch first, but you have to. It does nothing to the shield. It's so weak. Yeah, perfect shielding doesn't beat Falcon Punch if you only have a Falcon Punch, which is interesting for this. He's picking his punches very carefully. Miss. I can't believe that doesn't do anything to the shield. Yeah. He's convinced that he can play a completely reactionary game. And then he wasn't prepared to do mix-ups on his offense right there. Interesting. And then I started using the bigger movement right there to just... Yeah. Cool, so type in the chat, Fhero. Tell me what you thought of the exercise. Tell me why your playstyle seemed to shift suddenly after the first stock or so, right? Marcus, you too, you can comment on what you noticed. Oh, did I actually wait for you to get into the room? Oh, you weren't in the room. So Fhero says the only way to win is to not Falcon Punch. Except for I'm pretty sure I won. Don't start the match yet, Fhero. I'm pretty sure I won that. Especially if we take out your cheap Falcon Punches before I could touch the controller. So one thing that you hit B real quick. Okay, so one thing that you need to notice, or something interesting to notice, is Falcon Punch is an incredibly long wind-up move. But if your opponent has an equally long wind-up move, you're somewhat on an even footing. In order to perfectly react to somebody else's Falcon Punch, you have to be perfectly spaced. Like, you don't have a lot of room to listen to it, hear it, and then go, I think I'm going to do my Falcon Punch and hit him. You actually do have to play pretty tight on your opponent. That gives them the opportunity to mix up their spacing, their timing, and to flip the Falcon Punch left and right. You can throw out Falcon Punches, knowing that you can throw out Falcon Punches in a way to where they can't catch up to you very easily and get theirs, and then you have a prime opportunity to turn the tables. Perfect shielding a Falcon Punch doesn't really do anything. So the only way to win is not to Falcon Punch. That's not true. And we can easily add an extra rule where, you know, if nobody wins the match outright, whoever did the most Falcon Punches wins. So eventually you have to start figuring out how to work in your attacks. So we'll do the same exercise, but now you have access to a jab. No grabs. You can recover normally, but you have Falcon Punch and jabs. Only Falcon Punches count. Jabs are just there as something you need to learn how to work into your game. So we'll start. Okay. Yep. Somebody who thought the low risk move was completely low risk, I just banked on it and then Falcon Punched immediately. Nice. Don't stay on the ledge. Another interesting thing is at what point do you start putting in all your movement? Oop. Should have flipped that around. I knew that was gonna push him off just enough. Interesting. Missed. Oh, the get up attack! No! Nice parry though. Yeah, so even in these limited options, you can condition people. Yep. Should have punched right when I saw the up air. Gotcha. So like it's incredibly difficult, but you can see how we're thinking. You can see how we're making the adjustments based on what we think we have and what we think we can get away with, right? Your best counter Fhero was the realizing that I was going for a mix-up and you doing the full jump mix-up, or the counter to the mix-up. You got that about twice, but then you didn't have a lot of other variations on the Falcon Punch. Like, I was trying to set up a tech chase, an edge guard, and that footstool thing like the entire game. And I didn't get one on the edge guard, but I got the other two, which is interesting enough. There was a lot more. At one point, you went like completely confident in jabs, and you just get jabs after jabs after jab. And that was an interesting mix because it seemed like you were pretty content to not Falcon Punch first, which when I picked up on, I was trying to move in a way where I didn't get easily retaliated with the Falcon Punch. I was trying to break your shield when you just kept shielding. So if you shield my Falcon Punch, I'm going to follow it up with a jab. I tried to gentleman, so I could break it. And when it's broken, I could have Falcon Punch for free. So that was like a strategy I never got to work out, but it was something I was definitely thinking of and trying to get. So yeah, just showing, it seems like you do have the ability to in the middle of a match, think of what the dynamics are and make adjustments. Interestingly enough, your best adjustments were reactive, sort of safe, and that means some of the best tools you can use to make adjustments in a real match is built into your conditioning, right? All the other stuff you're doing. And if you just convince yourself that being safe is the only way you can counterattack, that it's not like nearly as powerful as setting up a whole bunch of different patterns. So this time we're gonna do, what are the 2 aerials, Marcus? I think it's what is it? You get to pick 1 aerial and 1 ground move, but the goal is still to only hit Falcon punches, and your ground move can't, well, you can pick one whatever you want. So what's your 1 aerial and what's your 1 ground move? Yeah, Falcon punch, 1 ground move, 1 aerial. What are your 2 moves of choice? And you're trying to get Falcon punches, so look, that's something to think about. Yeah. So pick one ground move and 1 aerial. And let me know what it is. Oh, so up tilt, okay, and the next one up air, okay. I'm gonna do neutral air, and I'm gonna do up tilt. Wait, no, you already did up tilt. I'll do neutral air, and I'll do neutral air, and I'll do down tilt. Okay. You're gonna pick dare and jab. Which one is it? Okay, dare and jab. Okay, here we go. Mine's neutral air and down tilt. Ooh, misspace that. A canceling. It's a trap. Perfect shields are not good for that. Oop, didn't do that. Ooh. Fhero, you're going crazy. Try to focus on your 2 moves. Perfectly spaced. Interesting. So it looked like the more moves you had to consider, you didn't snap into your sort of like set game plan as fast. Like when it was just Falcon punches, you got real confident in the fact that you only want to Falcon punch second, but you could clearly see that in your character body language, and then you could clearly see that you were playing mix-ups around that fact. And then we gave you jabs, and you did a pretty good job incorporating the jabs, but then you gave you 2 other moves, right? And then you went crazy. You kept down airing and down airing, and didn't lead into a lot of Falcon punches, and it didn't look like you were leading that into a good mix-up situation. So, like, the one down air you did, you could have footstooled off of it, and putting me on the ground would have been really good. But hitting me up high in the air after about 100 damage wasn't going to follow up with any meaningful Falcon punch. And then the jabs on the ground, it's like you stopped using jabs anyway, so I just completely wasn't afraid of that. I'm going to keep my 2 aerials. Yep. Getting a little complacent there with the recovery. Yep. Now you're just going crazy. The avalanche strategy might work if I weren't so committed to not biting. Nice. But not, you had to do the turnaround version because your movement wasn't crisp, so it gave me just a little bit extra time. Way too late. Yep. Crisp movement is important. Ooh, nice whiff punch on my foot. You turned around again. Oop, I don't have jabs. I didn't break a shield. Nice. That was fast. So all the mix-ups that you had in the first game, if you developed them, would come in handy when you don't want to use the 2 obvious aerials or your aerial and your ground move. I can still just do pure Falcon punch-based mix-ups like this one, but now I have extra tools to make it work out. So like, even though you sort of resolved yourself on that first match and you don't have as much versatility. Ah! Cool, there we go. Oh, you air dodge. Oh, nice. Nice. Whoa, the reverse Falcon punch that sent you over my shoulder? What? But yeah. So yeah, that's just a drill about paying attention to the fundamentals, right? And it's an exercise that you kind of know is not simulating a real match, but that doesn't matter. Like, you need to focus on it and think through problems and create mix-ups and observe just like you would in a real match. To actually achieve the versatility you need. So we can, do we have another drill in mind, Marcus? Maybe the Wolf Blaster drill, or maybe we did one with Lucina, but that was just aerials versus aerials.
Oh yeah.
That was it was very, very similar to this. So you can play a normal character now Fhero, and I'll continue to play Captain Falcon. So pick like Ridley or Shulk. And I'm going to still play Captain Falcon. I'm going to limit myself to the amount of moves I use. But you can use every single move that you possibly want and can. Okay. And then my goal is still to get Falcon punches. But your goal is just basically to win because you don't have a Falcon punch. Let me check the stream. Okay, cool. Stream's still up. And, yep. Okay. Ooh, that was huge. Ooh. Yeah! Oh, no! So close! I was so close! No! Gotcha! And I got the first stock. Ooh! Did not see that coming. He didn't roll. Interesting. So he's not a roller. Had enough time to shield. Make sure I had enough time to shield. So it looks like he's anti-spacing me now, which means I can do neutral air dodges. Nope. He dash grab is coming. Oh, interesting. Ah, that was the turnaround. I don't know why it wasn't. Ooh. Missed that one. Oops. Not the aerial I wanted to use. I forgot I turned around when I grabbed the ledge. But yeah. Yeah, interesting exercise. I got one Falcon punch off, and you started just being patient and jumping, so I was like, it's going to be really hard. You tech rolled. You didn't roll through me, you tech rolled away. And I'm going to use that information now to try it again. I'm going to use down air. Neutral air is so important. I'm going to use neutral air and jab. See, my controller's just moving on its own. Everybody sees that, right? Everybody sees. Everybody knows. So this is the kind of fundamental stuff we were talking about before. Sometimes limiting yourself allows you to be free. I meant to go backwards. Oop, not down tilt. It's just jab, jab, and neutral air. Okay.
Randomly didn't let me spectate this back.
It's a little choppy, so maybe that's why.
All right.
Yep, well, that was a crazy situation there. How do you, this lag is really messing up my inputs. Close. Yeah, extra time to react. Nice. There's only so much you can do with someone with a counter. I was trying to break his shield, but maybe I should have just nooched him right there with no shield. He had no shield. Yeah, the jab was good. The neutral air, kind of hard to hit because you made that adjustment. I'm gonna go with up air and jab and Falcon punch. I did get one Falcon punch off, so that's a stock in itself. Slow, but eventually they get there. Okay. This lag is really eating up a lot of important inputs. Of the B turnaround. Jeez. Yep, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, that's a jab. Okay.
I can change the future.
Those moves are hard to use. And if you jump all the time, Falcon punches are near useless. So I need something to get you out of the air better. I'm going to use down air. Down air and down air and grab. I need a grab. Oh, it's cold. Okay. Good adjustments, though. You really had a beat on what I could do and what I couldn't do, so I was like, I'm going to play a little more seriously, like, this is really...
Finally, I'm back.
Internet? Or Discord?
I'm in the match. You can see you guys play.
Okay.
But now you're super choppy. Oh no. Oh, I got kicked. Okay.
Gotcha! Woo! She's angry. If I faded back just a little bit, that would have been it. Ah. He didn't even say backslash, he just did it. Yep. That was a grab. This lag is terrible. That lag really messed that one up. Yes! Not easy. Oop, that was a down air, but that's fine. Ah, I almost slipped past that down air. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, I got 2 Falcon punches off, so that's 2 stock. And it looks like that put me over the edge.
Change the future.
Yeah, interesting. Down air was much more aggressive, and then the grab just allowed me to just use shield. But I guess I could have used shield anyway and just done aerials out of it. Didn't really think about that much. Interesting. Down air, down tilt. Cool, I was gonna play Ridley or something. But yeah, like playing cleanly enough. Like, so when I was playing that match and Fhero was just jumping around throwing swords in speed form, normally I get impatient and I get hit a lot. But for some reason, when I was like, I only have a few moves to use, I can't use any of them. I'm just gonna wait it out, and I just mixed up my movement and air dodged like I haven't done before. And a lot of things like that become a lot more clear when you constrain yourself. Let's see, down air, down tilt. Oop, not nuclear. Oh no. That's hold on, okay. Okay, what's happening? Oops, sorry, it's hard to get beat turnarounds when it gets choppy like that. Yeah, he doesn't even have any like frame advantage to play around with right there. Almost. Man, these beat turnarounds are not happening. It's annoying. Roll back. You roll back. Okay, that's Shulk and he did it as Ridley. I'm coming after you. Close. Yes, is he trying to limit? No, he's not trying to limit his moves. Okay. You do that a lot, Fhero, by the way. You kill yourself going for edge guards. I need to fastball that so I can get down extra fast. He rolls away. No. Oh man, this cannot happen in Chop. You absolutely need to get your B turnarounds versus your B reverses versus your whatevers. It did not happen. Holding shield. But anyway, yeah, you need smoother internet connection. You absolutely cannot hit a Falcon Punch if it doesn't do your B turnarounds versus B Falcon Punch turnarounds. Oh, that's interesting. I switched to neutral air and dash attack. We threw out also a lot of moves, but we'll see. Oop, not that move. Nope. Okay, I need to learn how to get dash attacks off. Ah, so close. No way. Okay. Alright. I don't care what you do. That stack doesn't go far anymore. It pushed me off the edge. Can't kill with any of those moves. Interesting. But there's some decent little neutral airs. Just they don't go into anything. Let's. And you may know overcommitments on the ledge. Good games. Yeah, the ability to, in mid-match, adjust to what the opponent's doing, what they're giving you. Every player is limited in some capacity. Nobody's doing all the tech constantly. Nobody's playing all the strats constantly. So everyone's giving you something to think about. And the faster you can make those adjustments, and you can just relax once you feel like you got a good beat on it. That's like a very basic way to start learning how to incorporate adaptation into your game. So yeah, that was a good session, and we will see you guys next time.